Today on Forbes, meet the billionaires behind a food empire built on dessert topping. Whenever someone offers to acquire rich products, the Buffalo, New York $5.8 billion in annual sales food giant that you've probably never heard of, its senior chairman and son of the founder, Bob Rich Jr., has a form letter ready for his assistant to send back. The response gets sent often, according to Rich. He says, quote, "We say, Dear Blank, thank you for your interest in our company. Rich Products is not for sale. Yours truly." His assistant often asks if he wants to know who she's sending the letter back to, but he actually doesn't. Chuckling, the 84-year-old billionaire says, quote, "I don't really care. How bad is that?" His wife, Mindy, who is 68 years old and the chairman of Rich's and its board, adds, quote, "Our biggest priority is that we want to remain a privately held company for eternity." Rich's North Star is keeping the business under 100% family control, as he says, quote, "to have the freedom to make decisions quickly and move ahead with more speed." His father, Bob Sr., invented the first non-dairy whipped topping in 1945, 3 years before the better-known and dairy-based Reddi-wip came to market. And Rich's signature whipped topping is now sold in more than 100 countries. It remains one of the top products for an expansive food conglomerate, which Forbes values at north of $7 billion, whose range of products include cookies sold at supermarket bakeries, cold foam offered at coffee shops, pizza dough for independent and chain pizzerias, as well as CPAC frozen seafood and Carvel ice cream cakes. Its longtime customers include Walmart, Kroger, Dunkin', Publix, Sodexo, and more. Rich, whose fortune Forbes estimates at $6.5 billion based on his stake in the business and other investments, says, quote, "Growth for us is not exponential. It's not a straight line. It goes step by step." The company expects to grow annual revenue to $10 billion by 2030, and the plan to get there includes more, quote, "breakthrough products designed for restaurants and wholesalers that alleviate labor woes, as well as reformulating some bestsellers for the MAHA or Make America Healthy Again era. And there's another massive change ahead for Rich's. At the end of this NFL season, the Buffalo Bills Stadium, which became the first to sell naming rights to a business in 1973, when Bob Sr. spent $1.5 million for a 25-year contract, the only one to make a bid, will be demolished. It bore the Rich family name until 1997, when it was renamed for team founder Ralph Wilson until 2015. Rich says, quote, "Now there are about 500 stadiums around the world that have sold their naming rights. It was a crazy decision. That was okay." Bob Jr. took over as chairman of the company in 2006, after his father passed away at 92. Bob Sr. had spent 61 years at the helm of the company, and until his death he always had a dog-eared piece of paper in his pocket with the company's annual sales. Rich's had made a profit every year it was in business at the time, and that's still true today. Forbes estimated annual sales in the final year of his life at $2.4 billion. Bob Jr. inherited a fortune worth at least $1.5 billion. His younger brother David, who became a priest and had moved to Jackson, Mississippi to work for an Anglican church, inherited the rest of the family stake, worth hundreds of millions. Their sister Joanna, whose husband sued his father-in-law twice and lost both times, was cut out of the will. In 2021, when annual sales were $4 billion, Rich decided to replace himself as chairman of the board, which he had run for the past 15 years, and determined Mindy was the perfect person to replace him. He says, quote, "It's given me the opportunity to step into a new role as a senior chairman and brought new joy watching Mindy bring her personality to the forefront." One thing the Riches agree on is Bob Sr.'s guiding principle, remaining private. They say, quote, "We realized that public-held companies couldn't have the stability that we could in a well-run privately held company that has continuity of leadership and direction." For full coverage, check out Chloe Sorvino's piece on Forbes.com. This is Kieran Meadows from Forbes. Thanks for tuning in.